Hello. It has been a minute since I have done a talking video. And to be honest, I just needed to take some time away to really have time to take care of myself and focus on me and achieving certain goals that I had set out for myself this year. And I have had this calling in the last month or so to come back, and every time I've gone to film a video, I just feel stumped on what I want to share and what I want to say, as I really did feel like last year's experience for me of when I became homeless briefly did take a big wind out of me and did make me feel like I regressed back into my small self, and I felt at times this year quite small, but and I'm still very much going through and healing stuff. I don't think we ever get to a point where we're fully healed, but I just wanted to just express sorry, a car just went by, and I am still very much trying to break my fear of being perceived, because I very much got into feeling small and like I can't get my words out, and I'm still struggling to get my words out. I think I've gotten a little bit out of touch with how I feel on the inside, just because I really had to get into survival mode. And I'm grateful things have happened the way they have, because it's proven to myself that I can actually provide for myself and be independent. And I really love being independent, so much to the point where I've developed quite the avoidance for, I think, how I'm feeling, and even when it comes to my dreams. And so, just my fears have kind of been so loud, and I'm just sick of feeling like, just bad. And I think a lot of that comes from being unmasked with growing up undiagnosed with autism. I really struggle with my sensitivity. Like, even earlier, it's like a Coke bottle exploding sometimes. I really struggle to feel safe, even with people who are genuinely safe people to me, just to be able to fully be my authentic self and be vulnerable without being met with judgment or rejection. Just things that I've experienced time and time again in my life, and each time it happens I feel like a turtle having to go back into its shell. But I'm learning that even though I'm autistic, I am still very much capable. And that's another thing. I'm very proud of myself. As I was out of work, I really struggled in the workforce, especially in hospitality, as someone who gets really overstimulated, especially even just by the environment that I'm working in, and it's very fast-paced. Not shitting on the hospitality industry. I learned a lot. It just wasn't for me. My heart wasn't in it. And I'm one of those people that's like, we spend so much of our lives working, you may as well make sure that it is something that you enjoy, or at least your heart's in it. And I managed to find a job, very much so I feel like my heart is in it, where I'm working with people who are like me on the spectrum, and I'm a support worker. And so it's been a really eye-opening, a very healing job for me, a very rewarding job, as I've really learned that even myself, I may need support with certain things, but it's me. I've done this work with a disability or not. Like, I'm just talking in general. Like, please believe in yourself, especially during the hard times. And whenever I say stuff like this, I'm also directing it at myself, because my negative voice has been so loud at times this year, especially for the way I have reacted, especially having a big meltdown and the effects it has on people around me. And so having support, but equally just learning, from this year, from this job, that I can be independent, and I've really felt power in that, and I want to keep on going into that. I don't want to keep on kicking myself when I'm down, because I've just learned this even this year that I'm literally my worst enemy. My mind, my hininaro, is at times my worst enemy, but I'm just trying to be patient and have so much gentleness with myself, because I think I've been used to, you know, just, you're so sensitive, suck it up, you know, like, get over it, let it go. If anyone tells you to let something go, you let it go when you're ready to let it go. Because it's like that thing of, like, even though it was in the past, it doesn't mean it doesn't affect you now. There's things from years ago that still just like creep in and can trigger me or really upset me. And yeah, I just miss doing positive videos like this, because I think it really helped me, even watching myself back, just because my mindset's definitely not as positive as it was last year when I used to do my talking videos, and I want to get to that place again where I feel fully connected with myself. I can, you know, believe my feelings, justify my own feelings, learn to regulate my own emotions. And I think it is important to still have that, not codependence, but I like to call it interdependence, where you're independent but you still have people you can go to when times are hard, because there's going to be hard times. Like, I've had a really great year this year, but there's also been times where it's been really, really hard, and, you know, I just haven't been able to see the light. And I just want to come back to this place of sharing and just showing, you know, it is possible to do whatever you want to achieve. You've really just had to believe in yourself, and I'm not perfect, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I feel like everyone has that mindset, and we can get to a point where we never feel like we're okay with how we are right now. I'm just trying to be okay with how I am right now. And I know this year has been, well, even just since COVID, like, things have been tough and people are losing hope. The world doesn't look too great, but just keeping that light for yourself, protecting your energy, believing you, speaking, not making yourself small, you know, doing weird shit, even though people might find it weird, but, you know, it's your life at the end of the day. And I'm also saying this all to myself, but I did want to share too. So it's amazing, like, what can happen, how much can happen in a year. Like, just over a year ago, I would have been just homeless, and then staying with luckily my cousins. They took me in, and I'm very grateful for them. So there's still people along the way, you know, who helped me out. But now I'm at a place where I'm back into work, a job that I would call my dream job, you know. It doesn't feel like going to work every day. And I was also able to get myself a car, which was a big thing for me in my independence for getting around. I'm just going to show. I got a little Corolla, and I fucking love her. And it's honestly surreal, you know, that I did that. No one else did it, you know. Even as far to say my family didn't do it, because I think I was raised very codependently, so being independent at first was like, I need someone here to do this with me, but you can do things alone, and a lot can change in a year. And so I'm making this to myself and anyone else. You've done the best you can this year. You're amazing. Your value isn't defined by, you know, what you're doing. You simply existing is valuable. And, you know, just look for things. For me, it's a nice view, you know, that remind you and bring you light to the world, because there's a lot of darkness in the world. And as someone who's faced the darkness, or it's in the darkness, you know, to me it's all just like our shadow, but also the world. Finding the light in the places of solitude and the places that make your soul sing, like a place like this makes my soul sing. It can make me cry just for how beautiful it is. But yeah, and I want to keep saying, like I used to always say, I hope this makes sense, but I really took value in people that watched my videos, supported me, and even just, you know, if I can remind you how valuable you are and how much love you deserve, and how, you know, you deserve to be seen and understood, and you will. I think for me, it's really myself that, you know, I'm needing to understand myself and how I work, and, you know, but none of us are perfect, and we'll get there eventually. But yeah, I'm just thinking of getting back into these, and I might be all over the place and random talking, but that's just kind of how I work. It's just kind of how I communicate. But I know that there's people out there who understand. And we're not even here to be understood. We're just here to exist. And I think these videos help me as well. So, yeah. Help me find my voice, because for a lot of my life, I was very small and quiet. And, you know, we all deserve to shine our light. But yeah, I hope you're having a great day today. I didn't have a great day to start off with, but just seeing this has already reminded me, you know, life is short. Appreciate shit like this, the small things, and be gentle and kind to yourself, because you deserve that most, and you, at the end of the day, are your worst enemy. And I'm talking from my own experience. But yeah. Bye. And here's a flower for you. I'll pick it, but I'm learning to just appreciate nature too. But yeah. Bye.